Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih sebelumnya saya ucapkan kepada EIN Bukit Tinggi yang sudah memberikan fasilitas untuk webinar ini, untuk kegiatan ini, dan dalam kesempatan ini I would like to present my research is about developing learning model based on PMR approach to improve student knowledge in mathematics learning. I am Nur Aziza. I am student of doctoral program Padang State University, and my professor, promoter or professor are Ahmad Fauzan, Professor Lutfi, and Professor Imad Arnawa. They are lecturer of doctoral program Padang State University. For this occasion, I would like to give three sections: first introduction and methodology, and then the conclusion of this research. For introduction, providing education as mandated in Constitution number 20 in 2003 about nation education is expected to create the development process of learner personal quality as young generation, which is believed will be the determining factor of in the nation development of ages. In line with the directive of its Constitution, Education Vision 2025 has been set with is creating smart and creative Indonesian people. Intelligent comprehensive is spiritually and social, emotionally intelligent in attitude. Intellectual and knowledge, also kinesthetic skills. Thus, 2030 curriculum was designed in order to prepare the Indonesian generation that have the ability to live as a person and citizen who believe productive, creative, innovative, and effective, and able to contribute to the life of society, nation, state, and world civilization. In process standard, teacher's skill in teaching is badly needed. Teaching skill is a complex professional competence. As an integrated of variety teachers' competencies completely and thoroughly. There are 8 teaching competencies which has contribute and determine the teaching quality, which include questioning skill, provide reinforcement, teaching variation, explain, opening and closing the lesson, guide small group discussion, classroom management, as well as teaching small groups and individuals. Many factors cause the low achievement of student mathematics learning result in several high schools in the Dharmasraya district. Some of these causes include first, when few in terms of learning process plan, most of them are designed by the teacher-centered systems. Second, when viewed the term of learning method, generally, mathematics teachers who are observed use learning method that are information discussion, lectures, and class discussion. When viewed the term of student from several classes that the authors observe, generally from 32 students, on average only 50.6% of students like mathematics. Others, no. So, learning process of mathematics should be changed into an interesting lesson for students. Math should be a fun humanistic learning. It starts from solve a realistic mathematics problem. By solving a math problem which found in real life will build student concept, improve student knowledge and understanding about mathematics. It means, in this case, need PMR approach to solve the math learning problem. The purpose of this research are describing mathematical learning process by using PMR approach in senior high school, and then revealing validity, practicality, effectivity of learning model based on PMR approach to improve student knowledge in mathematical learning. Based on the explanation above, researchers interested to conduct a research which will help students to solve learning problems by develop learning model in mathematics by using PMR. PMR is completely with guidance book for teacher and student books. Therefore, researchers conduct research in time, developing learning model based on PMR approach to improve student knowledge in mathematical learning as a solution to solve student problem in learning mathematics. Material and method. Some education experts define a contextual learning with a concept of learning that help teachers link between the material and encourage students to make connection between the knowledge possessed and the application in their daily life. By involving the 7 main component of effective learning, that is constructivism, question, point learning, community, modeling, and authentic assessment. Bessel Herman said that learning with contextual approach is a learn that text or simulate communicating the dialogue or the answer and questioning. The event in the real life is experienced by students and lived it into concepts that are discussed. PMR is an approach of learning that is adapted from realistic mathematics education or RMA learning. RMA, according to Grave Major, 1994 is a theory of teaching and learning in mathematics education. RMA theory was first introduced and developed in the Netherlands in 1917 by the Institute Prudental. With this theory refers to the view about the mathematics, which is mathematics must be connected to reality and mathematics as reality. First, mathematics should be close to the student and should be relevant to daily life situation. Secondly, he emphasized that mathematics as a human activity, so students should be given the opportunity to learn to perform activities of all the topics in mathematics. Relative mathematics learning focuses on mathematics learning in the life of students outside of school. It's intended that the students are given the opportunity to rediscover or to reinvent the idea and concept of mathematics with adult guidance through the exploration of a variety of situations and problems of the real world. Summary of review of theoretical development based on PMR-based learning approaches in high school. We can see the development stage in primary research, in prototype stage, assessment step, and documentation. Systematic reflection and documentation. This research was a research and development. This research is used the development model by Plum, which consists of 3 stages of development. They are preliminary research, prototyping phase, assessment, and assessment phase. This model was chosen because the steps are practical and suitable for developing learning model based on the PMR approach. Formative evaluation carried out are to observe the quality of the development of learning models result based on the PMR approach. The formative evaluation process carried out is formative evaluation by testnet. We can see from the picture, from the bottom, about self-evaluation, and then one-to-one expert review, and then to small groups and field tests. And in every section, we can we do revising to make our product better. Result and discussion, conduct validation result. From this research, we have counts that average of indicator, the average and category from the model books, teacher book, and student book. In category, very valid for all product. Product practicality result. From the practicality of learning design data on the topic of applying PMR, best sequences and series was obtained from the teacher's questionnaire, student questionnaire, and observation in classroom. We can see from the table the result of learning design practicality that from introduction, the benefit, the performance, the language, most average is about 80, more than 80. It means they're very practical product. The result of practical test learning application and line-based PMR according to the teacher. We can see the average more than 18 based on table 4. This is known that average value of the practical test books on learning books applying PMR sequences and series by teacher is 85.30 and classified as very practical. In other words, the learning book for applying PMR based sequences and series is categorized as very practical. Product effectiveness test result. From table 5 above, we can see the average value of student mathematical reasoning ability test after testing is 76.97%. This means that learning tool development can be categorized into effective categories. Conclusion, the result of this research discussion can be concluded as follows. First, the learning design of the topic, the application of sequences and series based on PMR approach has been productive with the development of the flow model. Second, the design learning topic, the application of PMR based sequences and series has the average value of model is LT validity as 4.12 with a very category. The practical test of learning books on the application of sequences and series based on PMR approach by teaching was 85.30 and classified as very practical. The average full value of student mathematical reasoning ability test after being tested is 76.97% and can be categorized as effective. The average value of student mathematical reasoning ability test after being tested is 76 0.97%, it means PMR approach also can improve student knowledge in mathematics learning. Thank you, Edicina, for this research. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.